Hi, this is Mike with Thrive, and welcome to January's SEO Performance Report. Just as we have done in prior months, we put together several key performance indicators or KPIs, and we do that to track the website performance and campaigns, and we also do that to keep an eye on the overall disposition and health of the website. So diving right in, our first key metric that we look at is our top 5 keywords. Quick refresher, our top 5 keywords are keywords and queries that are rendering positions 1 through 5, and that's on the first page of the Google search results. Let's take a deeper dive at those keywords. We can look at some of the search volume associated with them, and then take a look at some of our traffic and conversions thereafter. Taking a look at the overall ranking distribution, as you see, our first place, top 3, top 5, top 10, and top 20 respectively. Most areas were all green, which was awesome to see. Let's take a look at our top 5, and then we break our keywords into 2 fundamental components. Our branded keywords, so that's going to contain Hofheimer family law firm and or location and or maybe a specific mention of a type of case or potentially alimony. Those are all classified as our branded keywords. So it's important to rank well for your branded keywords. These are people that are researching your brand, researching your firm. They're also word of mouth. Could be word of mouth, and they also could be returning visitors. So any one of those scenarios, we want to make sure that the visitors can easily find you. The other side is our non-branded. So these would not contain Hofheimer in any fashion. It would all be a question via through the content that we're publishing, or it would be specifically looking for a legal service. So looking at that, as you can see, we did, I just wanted to mention, we did have, in addition to the knowledge panel in our branded theme, so we did get one other type of search result added there, and we also have a local pack present now. So some 2 additions to our branded themes. So there's a little bit more diversification within the search results. So that's awesome. And then looking at our non-branded again, going back to that, as you see, a lot of stability here. We have a little downward movement down here with some of these long tails, but that's really not concerning to me. As you can see, some really good phrases here, moving up 5 positions to number 1, and of how to prove you are separated, moving up 5 positions to number 1. A good amount of volume here at 260 per month forecasted. So we're definitely putting our targets on this to see exactly how those users interact with the content and how this particular search term will convert. Another mover, separation agreement be overturned, moving 3 positions up to number 2. This actually was a new arrival in the organic search results, so really nice to see that. As you can see, again, a little bit of volume there in terms of that query. And common law marriage, Virginia. As you can see, we have the related question, and related question. These, I'm going to kind of simplify these so that we're not watered down our overall numbers here. These are very similar. However, like I said, the notable point is that it's now appearing in what's called related questions, or what Google refers to that as featured snippet results or featured results. You can test that by just simply asking a question within the search bar, and you'll see what the results that will render. They look a little different than your traditional organic results. So let me know if you have any questions on that. But some really good positive movement, as you can see here. 5 positions to number 2. And husband kicked me out, nowhere to go. 8 positions to number 2. Parental kidnapping, Virginia, up 6 positions to number 2. That's an interesting one because Google usually doesn't like. They usually go crazy if you have something like kidnapping or or relating to crime within the content. So that's great to see. And I'll also keep an eye on the ranking and the movement of that. Interested also on a personal level. So I think we were able to actually achieve that through our very specific schema and helping Google better understand what your content is. So that could be a direct reflection from that. But these are recent movements, so we'll do a little bit more research and understand not just the what, but the why. Alimony in Virginia moving up 11 spots to number 2. And again, populating here and this related question. So some really, really good positive movement for the month of January. So that's very, very welcome to see. Some high volume keywords. And again, some of these have some value in terms of what the current bids are regarding cost per click and the paid side of things. Our next key metric is total traffic. Total traffic is measured in sessions, and a measure of a session is a visitor that goes to more than one web page within the website. Looking at January at 14,944. That is down from last year at 23,595. But again, we're really building back that traffic. Trying to get back to those levels in the 20,000, 25,000 sessions just from organic. So starting off at almost 15,000. So it's pretty close to where we were in December. So looking at this, I believe we have stabilized. And then as you saw with the advanced ranking report, there's a lot of upward mobility in terms of the non-branded keywords. So we anticipate that to give us more traffic. And as you saw, those queries have a high degree of relevancy, and some of them were very specific. I would anticipate those queries to actually convert to at least an inquiry. 1494 for January. 14,944. Let's take a look at all of the sessions or contributing factors to those sessions. We can kind of measure the month over month and year over year from that angle. I loaded our keyword report here, as you can see. Keep in mind, I redelineated the 2020 and 2021 folders. So please let me know if you have any trouble accessing that. This within this content here goes directly to your shared project folder. And again, a little bit of restructuring, adding in 2021. For this report, we're looking month over month, 31-day duration. Month over month, our total actually is 15,304, so a little slight variation there. So that's reporting a 7% increase. Again, I really think we've stabilized in terms of sessions, in terms of ranking, and now we're starting to build back up. So we'll see that that movement back into our high level of sessions that we experienced in 2020. Our page views are looking outstanding. Again, up 9.5% from 58,475 to 64,58. We have an astonishing 3.87 views per session. That is just about almost 3 times what we normally expect within the industry. So that's awesome. And looking specifically at the organic channel, looking back 1 month, we're actually up 5.49%. So that's what I said. As you can see the trend line from this graphical representation, you could draw an increasing trend line going this way. So again, that's why I think we're out of the woods in terms of recession, in terms of sessions, and we're on the gain. Looking at all of the channels put together, we have organic topping the list at 14,944, direct, referral, and social. Again, I love to see when all the channel traffic is green and has increased, especially month over month. And organic represents we're back to 90.22%, and that's representative of 5.49% increase from last month. And total sessions are 16,564, and again, that's in line with the 7% increase that we see. Our average session time has always been a little historically low, and it balances right out around 47 seconds per session. So I'd like to increase that as we move forward. And I think with the site and the ease of navigation and a lot of the compelling content, it flows a lot better. It's easier on the eyes. So we should see that session time increase. And then shooting through our bounce rate, that looks good. And then putting everything all back together again, organic, direct, referral, and social. As you can see, some of the positive metrics with that. And then looking at our goal completions, as we had some notable gains here in every level. So topping out at 3,000. We go back to this. Well, let me just pause this for a second. Yeah, so referring back to our 3 key metrics report, as you can see, 3,033. So those are all the content points that we've had in the analytics, and then running them and adding all those together. So that's well above what we did last year, January. So I'd say that the traffic that we have is much more relevant. The user and session is more engaged, so that has a higher propensity to convert, right? So because you're giving the users what they're looking for, and we can see that here. So moving forward, I'd like to improve those goal points. If that's okay with you, Rob, I probably would want to discuss that before we go ahead and do that. I just feel that the the pages per session and the greater than 5 minutes, I'm not sure how much value that's telling us. I mean, that's great to count it as within our traffic source report. I'm not sure if that should be an overall goal of the website, but that's why we want to talk about it and figure out a great plan and map it out so that our goal completions, and it may make sense to you at this point. So we might, I'm not against leaving it. So, but we're always constantly trying to improve and make things better. So I'll be looking at some ideas to improve this area of our reporting moving through February and March. So again, that concludes our reporting for this month. Thank you so much, Rob and Katie, for your participation and attendance. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate you guys highly as clients, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks.